Deny his excellence. Other titles for Ma Long. 2016, he won the German Open, the Qatar Open, so this seems to be a place of luck and fortune for Ma Long. But luck really seems to have little to do with it. He works so hard to be on top of his game. And since 2015, he's spreading love to the world over Zhang Jike. So we'll see, Johnny. This should be an exciting test of the hardest hitters, the fastest players. It's just going to be incredible.
Absolutely, Adam. And as you say, you know, Ma Long leads the head-to-head 8-1, but you can't deny Zhendong's journey so far in the game. He won the last time they played, as you mentioned, at the 8 that Ma Long has won 3 times 4-3, 4 times 4-1, and just the once 4-0. Both very strong leaders. Ma Long, on paper, looks to have had a very easy run. 4-2 Li Ping, 4-0 quarter-final Wong Chun. See him truly on fire, the steam train as we know it. By contrast, the man that won the Star Point at the Star Awards this year, Zhendong, for that roller against Simon Gauzy. Last 16, 4-1 against Hookie. Right into this final.
Right, and the question is, does that leave him more exhausted, more spent, tighter? Or is this a better warm-up? Is it a better test? He comes in ready for such heat.
That's a great...
It's interesting. This conversation could go on for a long time. We'll talk about it more. Match about to start. Best of 7, Zhendong with the serve. No time, you know, an unstoppable force meets an immovable object, and that's what this match is.
I agree. End of big hits from the opponent.
Right, rarely does he look jarred.
I wonder, did they toss a coin for who would wear the traditional red shirt for China?
More than Ma Long, and Ma Long in the Chinese red. He was arguably the most dominant player before that, but clearly in 2015 winning everything it had to offer. Chinese Super League, and this year he beat Ma Long in the Chinese Super League again. It was a very tight 2-point margin in the deciding game.
That's another factor that comes
against Ma Long. So there's clearly some factor based on ambience out here.
Ma Long with 5 in a row.
I love watching these two play because very few people in the world can return them. No, almost.
The table is quite remarkable.
Yeah, definitely confidence, some bold play out here.
I'm just interested to see how the tactics develop. Has a real clear tactic on a weakness of one of these two guys.
To the rest of their game, finding out what it is that will be the least threatening coming back.
The table.
Oh yeah.
The Chinese guys and girls are so quick on the footwork to get in over the table. Practicing hours of multi.
Easily, that's for sure. Super competitive to have this career that they both have. Look at that forehand, not flashy, but if you ask any of the players, they're so difficult to read. Well,
Dmitry Ovtcharov in particular.
Now, without any question, he's going to try to deter Zhendong because he doesn't want to give him a 7 out of 10 loop.
Won in this men's singles final.
There it is, Ma Long 11. Zhendong can turn things around. Variation of spin on it, sometimes because he doesn't follow through. It's heavy spin, sometimes a bit more side. Serves to the backhand occasionally. He does mix it up quite well.
Or on those receives.
Yeah, it did appear that way in that point.
And Ma Long's just
of the opinion sometimes. A lot of people feel that Zhendong is there, that he's already passed. Zhendong does pass Ma Long by. Oh, man, so that he can turn the corner on the next ball. And it takes that. Is a great testament to that on his way up right now. And this time to do.
I mean, it's an interesting talking point, Adam, you know, when Fan Zhendong, injuries, everything, state of mind, how well they're training. I personally think Ma Long could.
Ma Long versus Zhang Jike, and right now, Fan Zhendong versus Ma Long is the real question. These are the points. It's just been a little bit below his level.
And the word for
the chop block just bending so much.
And another example on the wrist.
Feeling in touch. We've seen it throughout with the Star Awards Point of the Year, throughout his match with Koki Niwa.
Absolutely.
Here's some power. They're in control in the driver's seat. Man, enough to try and keep it short for a second bounce on the table. It just floated.
So here's the thing. How many times has he flicked over the table, Fan Zhendong? That flick that he's synonymous. See how the youngster responds. We saw him 2-0 down against Dmitry Ovtcharov in the quarterfinal. And he came back firing.
Look at these back. First point. Then it quickly turned around.
Here and win the cuddly toy.
Yes.
Oh, he's back, he's in.
Nobody plays with Ma Long. Russian League. Some shots like that. That's where you get to see a little bit of toying around. Ma Long only taking his first win earlier this year at the China Open. So he does. There's nothing more satisfying than watching one of the greatest conversation topics unfold before your eyes.
Goes after the Fan Zhendong backhand.
Right, it's bold, very brave.
Bit up slightly.
Just have performances that physically you might not have known you were capable of in the practice hall. So could come down. Oh man! Facebook page, check it out for some cool action.
Not that might have turned the table slightly, and I'm getting a similar feeling here, Adam. If it goes 3-0.
Record isn't the most important thing, but yeah, having a 3-0 lead and the confidence of the last 2 years, an obstacle. But yeah, he usually does make it.
See Fan Zhendong.
Opening banana is.
So let's see here. Ma Long always going short during the first 2 games.
Oh. But it will be a lot easier for him if he takes this one. Oh, by oh! 3-0 after an incredible game 3 over Fan Zhendong. That backhand.
To the 3rd game there, Adam. Ma Long again there, you see, serving short to the 4.
Fan Zhendong. Forcing Ma. Right, I think that in combination with having Ma Long in at the table. Almost just. Remember that book? Oh, the back edge. Guessing a bit as to where the ball's going to come. And everything else, and they're off time in the practice halls and the training in China. This one gets a. I guess the other. Within 3 anyway.
Oh, it's a great ball.
Fan Zhendong knows this and has to consider it on every shot, just like Ma Long. But that forehand.
There may be a risk that you get caught on the return, but, you know, maybe at club level we all play a half shot.
Yourself to give up a little bit. You think I'll make up for it with a touch shot coming back. I'm so good at dropping the ball, whatever it may be. My block is solid. Ma Long doesn't depend on that. He gets in position for every shot that he can. Racket speed. Goes without saying, but Fan Zhendong needs this game. And he's got
follow up strong backhand from Fan Zhendong.
There it is. And we know what he's capable of between the Chinese Super League and earlier this year at the China Open. Well played. Now you predict what the second bounce will be. And he gets
big sequence of 2 from Fan Zhendong here.
Yo, short side of the tape. It's broken. They're going to replay it. Be a tough call. It's
Agreed.
The right call.
Exactly. Very philosophical. I like it. I like.
So, guess it's all part of sport. Oh, man. Get out on the official ITTF website, ITTF.com. Second bounce on the...
Change of serve style from Ma Long.
Ouch. Off.
The other very impressive thing, Adam, is, you know, Fan Zhendong's only 19. I know he's...
Imagine it'll be something new for pretty much everybody in the world.
That's the one. I nearly could say it. Whereas now he...
Forehand flip kill, which is a very tall order. But Ma Long, we saw the first 2 games, even with the backhand flicks. Oh, man. A few extra bounces, a little extra thought. Leaves it up a little.
Ma Long's in.
Soft touch. A little bit too long. Good point here for the Dragon. Oh, the backhand! And it can...
Quite surprised that Ma Long sticking with that high serve, the high toss. I thought he'd have changed it.
Back edge, closer. Championship point again. Oh, man!
Cool as ice out there as well.
Not using the towel. We've seen 7 points have just been out of this world. Once again, he...
Against the world #1 to do it like that. Wow, incredible stuff. Fan Zhendong's right back in the mix here.
Now got him nervous, got him questioning his game. Smart forehand.
Because he's been proactive on the flick receive. I think the more he can get this backhand into this match again.
Setting it up, the opener. Two off the top of the net. They didn't get a new ball at all, right?
I think that's what it was. I think it maybe whether it was clipping the side of the table.
Hit. For one.
It is a possibility.
Softer spinning a little bit in the decision making.
This is the Ma Long that back from the brink of 3-0 truly is a possibility. He's getting in with that backhand of his, dictating.
Points, it's because he's getting him so nervous and proving himself out here. Oh, beautiful back. 2-point lead for Zhendong on the receive. Oh my God. Look at this angle. Right. And that is. And
interestingly, he seems to have given up on that.
Ma Long gives up on nothing. Wrong side is his sixth.
Oh!
This is where Zhendong point.
The suspense.
Oh, it's off the top of the net and out. The racket flies and the Dragon, the Dictator, takes it. Ma Long back to back, sending his record of 4 World Tour Grand Finals, raising the bar to 5. It will be a long time. Maybe not in our lifetimes will we see anyone break 5 World Tour Grand Final championships. Ma Long is still on top of the world with the towel on his shoulder.